Uh, 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 uh. The time is 8:01. Family, what's going on? Back at you again. What it do, family? It's your boy, Reggie B, with a few thoughts to share. It is Christmas time, a wonderful time of the year for those who love it. One of the things that I regularly see this time of year is people say, I want to be in matching pajamas on Christmas morning with my significant other. I see a lot of ladies saying, I'm looking to be in matching pajamas with somebody's son on Christmas morning. That is a beautiful thing. Y'all wake up together, put your matching pajamas on, take your pictures, post them online. I can dig it. I am not mad at that. Hey, boo, I see you. Something that's a good thing to do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here at Family Talk, sometimes we have to have what may be some hard conversations that never intended to be harsh, meaning mean-spirited, but sometimes, to speak in truth, it may be an uncomfortable truth. And I think we need to get better as a society of being able to have uncomfortable conversations, especially with those people we love and those people we value and those people we want the best for. A common thing you hear me say is, all the men I know are getting the type of relationship they want. They have it. If they looking for a temporary boo, they got their temporary boo. If they want a girlfriend, they got their girlfriend. The men I know who want to be married got wives. It is unfortunately the majority of my female friends, not the majority of my female friends, but of my friends, the majority of them are women who say they are not getting what they want out of relationships. And I want to see you get whatever it is you want. I want you to have that relationship where you can be like, boo, let's go do a cruise. If that's what you want to do, go hop on a cruise ship. If you want to say, you know what, let's stay in today and snuggle up and do Netflix on the couch. Hey, that's what I want for you. If you want to open up your home and say, hey, you know what, let's have game night and invite some friends over. That's what I want you to do. I want my lady friends to have just as much satisfaction in their relationships as my male friends are. And right now, there is a slight difference. And the reason I think that difference is because ladies don't quite understand who men are. I'll quickly go through this intro, but men have wanted vagina since the beginning of human history and have chased vagina since the beginning of human history. And we've always done whatever it took to get the vagina. We've done it because we want vagina. It's on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's something that we all need, we want. But my ladies who have full access to sex, because let's be clear, ladies, you control sex. Men control relationships. Let me clear that up a little bit. Ladies, you control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. Now, I've heard a female argue against that point to say it takes two people to agree to have sex, and men don't control access to relationships because the woman can turn down a proposal or turn down a invitation to be exclusive. While that is true, the man has to ask first. In 90% of cases, at least the women that I know say, I would never pursue a man. I want a man to pursue me. They say, I want a type of man who will, how do I say it? They want a man to pursue them. They call it the old traditional values. They want to be pursued by a man. Okay, I have no problem with that. That is, if that's what you want, that is absolutely fair. But I do think ladies have to do some things to get out of their own way. Men are not, as a whole, men are not complaining about relationships because they have whatever it is they're looking for. I want my ladies to get whatever it is you want. And commonly, I hear complaints from women about men where you are unsatisfied with the selection of men or the characteristics of men that are out there. And you want men to change. In some areas, you are absolutely right. Raggedy, shitty men need to stop being raggedy, shitty men. On this podcast, we hold men accountable first. Men want to be leaders, then you got to take the first bullet. Men have to be held accountable first. So, raggedy, shitty men, if you're being a raggedy, shitty man, that's what you are. But here's the thing. There's still some woman out there who's going to accept that raggedy, shitty man. Right, wrong, indifferent. He's going to find somebody who will accept him. Ladies, if you disagree with me about women control access to sex, let's test that theory so we're all on the same page. If I put 100 women in a room full of men, and the woman said, I'm not accounting for her looks. I'm not accounting for her physical physique. I'm not accounting for her beauty. I'm not accounting for her attitude. I'm not accounting for any of that. A woman with a vagina who was born with it. If I put a woman with a vagina in a room of 100 men and she can say, I have been STI tested. I am 100% clean, no diseases, no nothing. I don't have a bad odor. My pH is right. And I'm looking to have sex with somebody right now. Let's go in the next room and have sex. The number of men who would sign up for that deal without even knowing her name, the number of men who would sign up for that is significant. Okay, you may say y'all, because y'all nasty ass men who will sleep with anything. Okay, we'll take that criticism. But a lot of men gonna clap in that situation. Yes, there are some men who exercise sexual discipline. There are some men who are demisexual, where they will not have sex without a woman that they don't have a mental connection with. Some men have to have that connection with a woman. But there are a large amount of men who will say, well, shoot, if you want to go clap, let's go next door and do this. Let's just be honest. There's a bunch of men who would go, all 6 of us can go clap at one time. We can make it a gangbang. There are more men who will take that deal. If you put a man in a room, not accounting for his looks, not accounting for his body, the exact same circumstances, and you tell a room full of women, I am a man, I am STI free, and I want to go in this next room and have sex with somebody, who's willing to sign up for that deal? The number of women who would sign up for that deal is nowhere near the number of men who would sign up for that deal. Yeah, some women may go over there, but a lot of you would be like, ugh, that's creepy. That's weird. That's not normal. Okay, fine. It's not normal. Let's remove that one. But more women would be inclined to walk away in that situation. And then you're going to call your girlfriends and go, girl, let me tell you what the hell this random dude in the room just said. While y'all in the car talking about that man and how sad and desperate and everything else he sounds, the woman who was in that same situation is getting her cheeks clapped left and right by men. It's just what it is. I'm not going to apologize for the men for having low or no standards. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So this is what I mean when I say women control access to sex. Back in our great grandparents' days, if men wanted sex, they had to marry a woman to get sex. Yeah, there was a few at the time what they would call loose girls back then. But for the most part, men had to marry a woman to be able to have sex with her. That was our great grandparents' way. That was just what was normal. Even my grandmother in her age group, that was normal. A man had to marry you to have sex with you. So this is what I mean and what I'm basing it on when I say women control access to sex. Most women that I know say they would never propose to a man. They want a man who would pursue them and court them and be the one to propose. And they get the opportunity to decide. So just like in the example I gave, women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. It's not, may not be pretty, it may not be comfortable, but it is what it is. I'm not talking about a man who will have sex with you. It may be a sexual relationship, but I'm talking about a pure romantic relationship that is going to lead to marriage. So let's be clear. I'm not talking about a situationship. I'm not talking about a cut buddy. I'm not talking about a fuck boy. I'm not talking about, the guy who will take you out on some really nice dates, but never marry you. I'm talking about the type of men that you all say you want. I don't use the term alpha male because I think it's BS, but the men that are traditionally what people think of when they hear the term alpha male. Those men control access to sex. I'm not saying that has to be the type of man you're looking for, but I mean, those men control access to relationships. I could be in a relationship in a heartbeat if I wasn't in one. But men are the deciders in that sense, or we're the pursuers. We're the ones who offer. When it's time for marriage, a man gets down on one knee and presents a ring of significant carriage, or just period. It could be a band. It really don't matter about the jewelry. It matters that a man is willing to take a woman, give her his last name, protect her, provide for her, lead her, guide her, build a family with her, and do all those things. So, a undisputable truth, at least in the way I see it, is women control access to sex, men control access to relationships. That's just the way it is. That's just the norm. Now, I spend a lot of time talking about ladies. Please don't think I've got some issue where I'm trying to bash women, because I'm not. I'm coming to you out of a position of caring, love, and want to see you get what you say you want. So let's talk about a uncomfortable truth that is stopping some of my lady friends from getting the type of relationship that you say you want, not what I want for you. I'm going by what you all said you want, because that's the goal right there, to get you what you want out of a relationship with a man. Here's something that you must know about men. I feel like women today don't put enough effort into learning who men are, because I'm going to use a reference that Chris Rock said. Ever since you've been old enough, some guy has been trying to stick a dick in you. In one of Chris Rock's comedy specials, he said, a man looks at you and goes, "Hey, how you doing? Want some dick?" A man sees you walking behind him in a store and he holds the door for you. When he holds the door for you, quietly he's saying, "Want some dick?" Now, I'm not saying that's every man. Some men are just gentlemen, but come on, ladies, let's just be grown about this. You turn down more sex than you accept. That's just the reality. You have the option, the menu, the buffet to choose who you want to have sex with most of the time, especially compared to a man. Now, a lot of women say, well, I'm a good woman. I cook, I clean, I do this, I do that. You know, I can be a good woman. But we're going to focus on one topic tonight. One topic that is stopping women, some women, not all women, some women, from getting the type of relationship that they say they want, is keeping a clean house. I'm going to let that percolate for a second. I like what you said, Amanda. Amanda said, I really think what I want is honesty. I need my feelings acknowledged. I want to be heard. I want to feel like I'm at the front part of your book, not the back. Fair. Nothing wrong with that. That is absolutely fair. And I don't criticize people for what they want. Let me be clear about that. Most of the time, at least I try to be cognizant that different people have different desires, different needs. So I'm not here to critique what you say you want, but there are some things you may have to do to get that thing. I have a single friend, female. One day, she had a slight, simple issue with her car. I said, let me take care of that for you. And I went to go do this simple fix on her car. And this friend is single. And she wants to be in matching pajamas with somebody's son, Christmas morning. When I got to her car, I looked at her car and thought, holy shit. This car got shit everywhere in it. It was unkept. Do people get busy? Sure. Do people, maybe not all prioritize something like keeping a car clean? Sure. Everybody has different priorities. But here's why that should matter to my ladies who want a man of a certain caliber. As a man, I'm going to look at your car, and let me make this sure that I'm not confusing anybody. This isn't about me. The type of men you say you want, they're going to look at your car, and if it is really, really messy, I'm not even talking about the outside being dirty. I'm only talking about the inside. If your car is so dirty that if a man wanted to sit in the passenger seat of your car, you got to pick stuff up, move it, throw it around, switch it, flip it over, throw it to the back, whatever the case may be. You know what a man sees when he sees that? He thinks, oh my God, if her car looks like this, what does her house look like? Do I understand ladies get busy? You got a lot of pressing priorities for your time? Sure. But that doesn't change that when a man looks at the way you keep your car, he makes a mental connection to how you keep your home and how you keep your life. There are some of you that have had what you thought were good men, men that you respected, men that you were attracted to. And all of a sudden, that man kind of switched up. And women are quick to say, men, oh, he changed, he switched up. But the question is, why? Maybe it's because he saw you invited him over to your house and your house was unkept. I'm not criticizing you for having an unkept house. That is your space. Keep it how you want. That is your right. However, as a man who may be considering dating you, I make a value judgment about you based on how you keep your car and how you keep your house. Now, let's flip this around because it's easy to get defensive about this and say that's not that important and dismiss it as a unimportant request. Ladies, if you meet a man and let's just say you see a man and you like, oh my God, he's handsome. He looks good. And you think to yourself, because just like men see a woman and think, man, I'd hit that. Women, you all see men and think, oh my God, I would love to sit on his face. Ooh, I would love to do some nasty things with him. And some of them you look at and go, ooh, that is a good looking man. He's presentable, this and that. But if he smiles at you and his grill is all messed up, his teeth are all messed up, that is an instant turnoff to you, ladies. And that's okay that it's an instant turnoff to you. Ladies, some of you have seen men, and I've been in the South for a long time. Some of you have seen men and they smiled at you and you saw the gold teeth in their mouth and you went, nope. The gold teeth alone, you didn't care about his looks. You didn't care if he had pretty eyes. You didn't care if his paper was long. You saw the gold teeth in his mouth and went, Ladies, some of you see a man's fingernails, and if his fingernails are dirty, that is an instant turnoff to you. I'm trying to make an equivalent so you will understand that y'all do this too. Men do it, women do it. That's just the reality of the romance world. There is something about a man that you can see. You may see a man who looks handsome and you think, oh my God, he looks nice. I like what I see. And then he pulls a cigarette out of his pocket and lights it. And you think, that's over with. Your vagina that may have been getting a little moist just done dried, smoothed up. You saw him light a cigarette and thought, nope, I can't deal with a man who smokes cigarettes. That's just the reality of it. Men do the same thing with a woman when it comes to the way she maintains the inside of her car and the way she maintains the inside of her home. I'm not going to go into detail about what happened when I went to work on my friend's car, but let's just say when she got her car back, it was right. She didn't ask me to do it. She didn't even know what I was doing, but I made sure the car was right. And when she got her car back, I said to her, men make a value judgment about you based on the way you keep your car. If a man, you may miss out on a good man just because of the way your car looked inside when he saw that. And he decided, nope, she ain't the one. That is a reality of it. Ladies, you may go out with a man, go on a couple dates with him, and you may invite him back to your place, and he walk in and go, damn, it's chaos in here. He won't say anything because he's going to be polite. He may even still smash, but he may not call you back. And then you're telling your girlfriend, he ghosted me. It could be possible that the reason he ghosted you because he looked at your house, and you need to understand the extrapolation that men make from that. We see it, and then we extrapolate out and go, if I marry her, this is the messy house I'm going to come home to every day. And that's unappealing for some men. Some men don't care, but for some men, that's really important. How a woman keeps a home is real high on my priority list. I can deal with a woman who's overweight. I won't care about that. I don't care if a woman may not look what some people think are a 5. She can be a 4. She can be a 3. But if she's sweet, and I know that the house that I would put her in, she will turn it into a home, that's important to me. That's important to a lot of the men I talk to. They want a woman who's going to make their house a home. Yes, a man will eventually, start cleaning your car for you and make sure you have a clean car, but you got to get to that part first. He wants to see how you keep your car first. He wants to see how clean you keep your house first. And this does not mean you have to have the nicest furniture. I'm not talking about that. This doesn't mean your house has to be fancy. I'm not talking about that. It just has to be when you walk in, a man can exhale. It has to be a situation where a guy can walk in and go, and he gets to focus on you and not be peeping out what he may view as a unkept home. Again, that may not stop him from dating you, but the relationship may never progress to where you want it to progress to. And that is a real reason. You may not agree with it, but you don't have to agree with it. But you do have to acknowledge that men have standards just like women have standards. If you see a man smoking, that may be an instant turnoff for you. Men have the right to have a standard also that when they see an unkept home, they think, nope, she's an instant no, she's a fun girl. So it's not being mean. I'm not coming to you out of a place of disrespect. I'm not coming to you telling you you need to change your life. But what I am telling you is that typically when I'm talking to my female friends, they tell me what type of man they want. And to the type of man that they say they want, a clean, organized home is going to be important to them. So, ladies, you have to be willing, even if that's not your natural gift, that's fine. But understand there is a penalty in the dating market for that. Men who got bad teeth, there's a penalty for that. Men who have dirty nails, the ladies, you all have said there is a penalty for that. Men who got kids all over the place, men, there is a penalty for that. And the ladies get to assess that penalty. Ladies, equally. If you have a car that's dirty on the inside, there is a penalty for that, for the type of men you say you want. If your home is unkept, there is a penalty for that. Your home does not have to be spotless. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. I know you're working hard. I know ladies are going to school. I know you got a bunch of other things going on. You taking care of family members, aging family members. I get that. But a man wants to see a clean, comfortable place that he can mentally exhale when he gets to. You have to get a man past that point before you can ever get to marriage. You have to get a man past that point of you having an unclean car, an unclean house, before you can get to pajamas, matching pajamas on Christmas morning. Somebody asked, am I wearing the nerdy shirt? Yes. To the person who sent it to me, Adria, thank you, darling. Yes, I am wearing the shirt you sent me, the Hello Kitty shirt. Keeping a clean home is important to men. Keeping a car that is clean, not necessarily even the outside. Notice, I'm not talking about the outside. I'm just talking about the inside. You got McDonald's cups everywhere. You got clothes thrown all over the place. You got trash everywhere. And I'm not talking about the one seat. If you have a child, if you are a mother of a small child, sure, there's going to be French fries near the baby seat. There might be M&Ms. There might be whatever. But that shouldn't be the whole car. I'm not saying your car has to be washed and waxed. But what I am telling you is there is a social penalty for women who do not keep a clean car. Ladies, some of you get in a man's car, and if it's super dirty on the inside, that's a turnoff to you. It tells you, man, if he keep his car this way, he probably keeps his house this way. And as a woman, I may be the one stuck constantly cleaning up behind him. Men kind of feel the same way. Men have the right to have a standard when it comes to that. And again, ladies, I want you to get the relationship that you say you want. So this is why I spend time talking about issues relevant to women getting the type of man that they want. Your master's degree means nothing if you got a dirty home. Your $100,000 salary for the 7% of you who make that much money doesn't mean anything if that man is turned off by the sight of your unclean car and your unclean home. This is not an attack. This is just an uncomfortable truth that some folks need to hear. I was watching an interview with a young lady on television, and she made reference to a man being broke. And she was asked, do you think that's pleasant to say to a man? And she said, well, I'm trying to help him by telling him he's broke. Okay, fine. What you're saying is get your money up. It's a uncomfortable truth that money makes a man look better. Russ got a song and the chorus says, I'm 5'6", but the money make me 6'5". Jay-Z said something to the effect of, ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. I'm cute. Do you really think Melania Trump looks at Donald Trump and goes, oh my God, he's so handsome? No. He was her visa ticket here. He had the money. You see some ugly guys with some fine women. Maybe they can lick their eyebrows. Who knows? Maybe they money right. Who knows? Maybe they got the gift of gab and they can talk the panties off a woman. Who knows? There are things that make up for someone not looking the best. A woman can be overweight. She can be average or below, but she can still get a good man. What you all define as a good man, the type of man that you would want, the type of man that you would respect, the type of man that you would say yes if he proposed to you. And if that's what you want, that's what I want for you. I come to you out of a place of love. I come to you out of a place of caring. I come to you out of a place of wanting to see you get what you want. Don't be mad at me. I'm just a messenger. But I am a messenger who is on your side, who wants to see you get what you want. I don't do podcasts often. I only come to you when I have something of value to say. And I am coming to help. There are too many women who don't have a male friend who will tell them the truth. I am telling you the truth. Men make value judgments about women based on the way they keep their house and their car. Because if I buy you a nice big house and you keep it nasty, that's a problem. As a man, if I provide a home for us, and when my friends come over, when I open the door, if the first words out of my mouth have to be, excuse the house, that's not what a man wants. Now, ladies, you all have friends who have valuable input to you. You will talk to your girlfriends, and those girlfriends will tell you what they think about your man or about a situation. Men do the same thing. If a man, if I go over to another man's house and it's all jacked up, bruh, what you doing? If I walk into a man's house and it is well maintained, don't have to be fancy, don't have to be expensive, but it's organized, and I walk in, that says something to a man. When I invite someone over to my home, I want them to come in and be comfortable. I want them to come in and feel invited. I want them to come in and feel welcomed. I don't want to invite them into chaos. I don't want to walk into a home of chaos. So the type of men you all say you all want, and some of you all have asked me, do you have a brother? Do you have a friend? I have been asked by a woman, find me a husband. You point him out to me and I'm good. I will marry him because you have vetted him. Yes, someone has said that to me. So understand that that's something that's important to a man. We're going to wrap it right there for the night. I don't want to hold you. I hope you have a great holiday season. I hope everybody can get the type of relationship that they say they want. I want to see you in your matching pajamas. I want to see them pictures on Facebook. I want to see the stories. I want to see y'all sitting around with the kids opening the gifts. Whatever the case may be, If that's what you want, I want it for you. So I am going to wish you all the best. Take care. Love. Peace out.